Three, two, one. Boys will be boys. Hey everyone, we're Nefarious Reels. I'm Hulk Hogan.
And I'm Ricky, the bug guy.
Yep, and we're
Yep.
Nefarious Reels again. And Merry Christmas to everyone, by the way, because this episode happens to fall right on to Christmas. So, hopefully you all got many, many great gifts. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, well, I don't know. I guess die. That uh,
Happy holidays to you,
metaphorically
people,
die. Die of happiness because you're having such a good day anyway.
because you get the day off of work. You're maybe celebrating your and another holiday that you get to spend time with the people you love or something.
Yeah. Oh,
But again, you get the day off of work usually. So,
yeah. But yeah, Merry Christmas, and and what a better time to spend Christmas than ignoring your folks to listen to the new episode of Nefarious Reels, which is out
and
today.
talk about three bad Christmas movies.
Yep, of varying different genres, because we got that variety. You don't get that shit anywhere else, anywhere, ever. Everything's the same drab shit, but not here. We're innovators, baby.
Yeah, we might be a bad movie podcast, but we got a variety of bad.
Yeah. And this we did a trilogy. We did a very unique trilogy. I gave
Trilogy in quotes.
the gift of giving, as I called it, the gift of giving trilogy, where I gave you, Cole, the option of choosing the three films that you didn't know what they were because I had them hidden under stockings, but that's
Yep.
irrelevant. You picked three films, and I guess we're gonna have to talk about one of them. I think we'll just do it in the order that you chose it, you know, and well, I guess I don't know. The first one, I don't know, because technically it's my trilogy, but you picked it, so like I guess like one of
Yeah.
us
So
has
what do you
to.
want to do? Do you want me to like introduce the first? Do you want to do like flip flop on introducing or?
Okay, so here's okay. So I don't know. Here, well, it's my trilogy. You pick them, so I'll give you an extra gift. You can pick which film you want to cover. You can let me know if you want to do the discussion thing, and if you don't, then I'll do it.
Hmm.
So, do you want to start describing the Christmas tree, or should I?
Let's do you.
All right. So the first film that Cole chose was The Christmas Tree from 1991, an animated film. It's super short. It's 43 minutes. It clearly was just designed to be like a 1 hour TV Christmas special. And basically, the Christmas tree is there is these orphans, these demonic looking fucking hellspawn children.
Terrifying. Not
Absolutely,
even like.
that
Oh
fucking
my god.
letterbox cover. Holy
And
shit!
annoying
Yeah,
voices.
terrible voice acting. Uh,
Oh,
yeah. God, like these children are making me sick just looking at me. But basically, they're orphans. Their life is shit because of the old Mrs. Mavilda. And this couple come into town. The wife gets sent to the gulag or the coal mines or whatever, and the wife and their two children go to the orphanage until they can get their own home, which is where and basically there's a tree. There's this random ass tree they
there's a
call like
tree name they named Mrs. Hopewell, I think it was.
yeah, it was something weird like
They
that.
gave the tree a name.
Yeah, the orphans love a tree. They also have a dog licorice, but basically the mom, they love the mom. The orphans love the mom because they're evil and they're gonna sacrifice her. And Mrs.
Yep.
Mavilda's just like, fuck you. I want the money for the orphans so I can gamble all of it. I want to chop down the
I
tree.
want to go to Vegas, baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Vegas. I want to get rid of this bitch woman mom that everyone loves because she's too nice, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
frame her
she's
for
too
robbing,
nice. They don't like me.
which is good. I want them to fear me. but I hate this bitch. I'm gonna make her a bad girl, and so make her look like she's a thief. And then the mom's kids are like, we're gonna go to the North Pole to talk to Santa to save her mom. And this is
We
like
want
30
to,
minutes of
and
the
then we
movie
also
at
want
this.
a mommy and a daddy.
Yeah, by the way, this is like 30 minutes. I've just described like 30 minutes of the movie, by the way. Like, I don't think there's ever a conflict. I guess that I have to stop here
Um,
because that's it. They leave for Santa, and that whole quest is like 5 minutes. I'm
mhm.
going to stop now because we only have like 8 minutes left of film left to discuss at this point if I keep going.
I
Uh,
guess.
but yeah,
Yeah,
Cole,
it
what'd you
really
think of the
is
Christmas
about.
tree?
Oh my God. I don't even know where to start.
The beginning, preferably.
No. I'm just talking as in general.
Oh,
It was 40. I watched this and Santa with Muscles in the same night. And this was like half the runtime of Santa with Muscles. And it somehow felt longer. It was pain. I
yeah.
am not exaggerating. I actually hated watching this.
I'm very sorry to hear that. But yeah, this really does suck. But hey, this film actually has a Nefarious Reels connection. Believe it or not.
There's always a Nefarious Reels
Yeah,
connection
I was
here.
looking through because I was interested to see if any of these people actually did anything else. And clearly they spent all of their budget on William Duff Griffin because he's been actually starting like real movies like Basic Instinct and
Mm-hmm.
the Hudsucker Proxy. And but the director of the movie, Flammarion Ferreira, well, he only or she, I don't know if it's a guy or gal, I have no idea. Flammarion, I don't know if that's a masculine or feminine name or not. And while that's their only director's credit, they have
Oh no.
an art directions credit where they do art direction in like 9 of the Land Before Time sequels,
Oh,
including The Land
including
Before
the one we
Time
talked about.
13, The Wisdom of Friends.
Hey,
What a
yeah,
wild connection. I did not see that coming.
that's kind of crazy.
That's
But
pretty base. This is, by the way, this is the highlight of the Christmas tree, by the way, is that one fact. It's all downhill from here.
that the fact in that it also ends. That's the other
That it ends.
positive.
Does it end though? Does it really?
Well, I mean, it was done by minute 42, so I was like, whew, it's over.
You're like, oh god, it's over. It's finally over.
It's finally fucking over.
Yes, but the Christmas tree is very cheap. It feels super cheap. Like there's barely any animation. They got like 2 frames of animation where they'll like move up and down. It's
They
fucking
have
weird. This is gonna be
also
our shortest discussion ever. I feel like. What is there to talk about with the Christmas tree?
that it's nightmare fuel.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure if you take any frame for this movie, it's gonna look really weird. Like, I think in my review, I just like you ever seen those like fake like horror ARG like cartoon things where it's like here's like this like fake cartoon and then it'll stutter and then it's like this scary evil face. And then
Mm-hmm.
it's like evil demon is like the like God has abandoned us and shit like that. Like I always feel like I'm waiting for this to happen with this movie. It's like it's got that exact animation cheapness and quality that you're just waiting for the moment where it's like oh DVD I own is actually possessed by like some eldritch being that's trying to like destroy humanity via fucking Christmas specials.
Really bad Christmas specials at that point.
Really, really shady. That they really
Really bad and like makes no sense at all. Like I don't know what the purpose of it
they
was.
the demon couldn't afford
Trees are cool,
the copyright.
family. The real Christmas tree was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, they love this fucking tree. Like
They
out
these
back
kids
for like
really love this tree.
that's the demonic being sprouting out of the ground. That's what that is.
I thought the demonic being was that lady Mal
She's secretly the hero of the story, in my
Mal
opinion. I was rooting
Mavilda.
for her. I wanted Mrs. Mavilda to win.
Really?
I wanted her to murder the fuck out of everyone at the end of that movie. It would have been a better ending.
It would have been an interesting
I
ending. I
liked
will give
seeing
you
how
that.
miserable the children were because I hated them. I hated everyone
Yeah,
in
that
this
is
movie,
true.
so the fact that Mrs. Mavilda was actively making their lives more miserable, like, makes her like the hero in my eyes. I
I
mean,
don't know. I
honestly,
hated
the fact
everybody.
how easily she's able to trick everyone by just having them wear clothes like one time a month for money, like those bitches deserve to get played by Mrs. Mavilda. Make that those fat stacks, bitch. That's what I think.
She had like one set of clothes for a boy and a girl, and then it's like, hey, I'm treating these kids right. Give me money, mayor.
Oh, you're right. Here's your 2 bags of quarters, which is all the budget for the. Because it's just these two little, like, sacks, and I guess that's the money.
Now go spend it on the children and definitely not on cocaine and hookers
And gambling. And then the
and
bitch just
gambling.
gambles all the money. Her iconic catchphrase, like, there goes the orphan fund. Like, this bitch just keeps getting away with it. And you know what? You go, girl. She's the real girl boss we all should be striving for. Not like those fucking witches in the later film that we'll discuss. But yeah, Mrs. Mavilda, she's evil because she just knows how to game the system. Mrs. Mavilda is like the anti-capitalist hero that everyone wants, but no one wants to admit.
No, they just hear what the exact name of her ideology is, and then they're like, oh, wait, no, I don't like that now.
Yeah, fucking haters, you know. She's just chasing, but yeah, there's a new couple comes in. It's the mother, there's the husband, and the husband sent off like we'll send you off to the fucking coal mines, and your daughter can just work at the orphanage because I don't know, because we're not gonna give you a fucking house.
Yeah, you don't get a house. You got to stay at the orphanage because we're a poor town, I guess.
I mean, why did he even show up at the town? It seemed like they just showed up and just expected a job. So like, what the fuck? And then there goes
What,
the
you just don't pull
father.
up to towns and just say, hey, I want a job, please.
It was a different time, I guess. But the father disappears. He never comes back to like the end of the movie, which is like kind of funny. Because in my head canon, he's banging whores left and right. He's just cheating on his wife the whole time. This
Oh,
film's a
he's
lot
just
more
having
fun,
affairs. He's just,
just like totally wild. This film is way more fun if you just assume everyone's like a piece of shit.
I mean, everyone, okay, I wouldn't say everyone's a piece of shit, but no one was exactly fully likable. I'll
Like,
say that.
the only one that's supposed to be fully likable is like the mom character. She's the one we're supposed to like because she actually gives a shit about the children.
Yeah, she actually likes the kids. Ew, gross.
Yeah, disgusting. She does all the chores. You know, she's the real enemy because she's you know, like what, you're gonna be a common half housewife. How are you gonna lead a good example to all the children, woman children everywhere? If you're just gonna be a basic ass housewife, be bigger, be more bold. She should have fucking killed Mrs. Mavilda and took her place.
Then it
Become the
wouldn't have
true
been for
ruler.
children then, unfortunately.
She's got to show them you gotta stand up for your fucking beliefs and your right for survival, even if it means force children. That's what she needs to be teaching them. Rule with the iron fist and destroy anything in your way. It is up to the people to tear down the oppression of capitalism by taking down their oppressors of Mrs. Mavilda, and then they take down the town, and then they take it over, form a militia, and rule over the whole town, pretty much. That's what she should
Wow.
be doing. Instead, she's just letting the status quo continue. Like, bitch, what the fuck?
Unbelievable. She could have formed her own army of child soldiers, but no. That's quote unquote too
She
dark.
should have formed her own cult around the tree. Mrs. what, like Hollywood
Hopewell.
Hopewell, yeah, that's what it is. I mean, that's how the movie technically ends, really. That they literally just
Yeah.
form a cult. I might be jumping ahead a little too quick. We'll get it there. That's probably the big
I
highlight of
don't
the
know what
movie.
you mean by jumping ahead because everything just happens and I mean, okay, I shouldn't say everything happens, but a lot happens at the same time and then you're just going, "Oh, this is the movie?" Oh.
I mean, most of the discussion has basically been me being like, we need to rewrite this to be darker, with more anarchy and destruction and deeper themes.
I would there should have been more anarchy, honestly. It would have been a lot more red pilled than based. It would have been a lot more based, honestly. Not red pilled, but
Well, we could make it
Would have
red
been
pill if we
cooler.
want.
Mm,
We just have fucking we'll just inject some communism in it somehow. Like I don't know. I guess. Well, I mean, there is already kind of a communism uprising. We'll have it end when Santa shows up and he just kills the evil children and lets capitalism reign. And he takes a swig of Coca Cola. I'm pretty
he's
sure.
like, fuck them
Fuck
kids.
them kids. Fuck everyone. Everyone that isn't a capitalist because communism's bad. People don't do it. Communisms get coal and have to go work in the coal mines. And then everyone goes like, "Wow, you're right, Santa. Capitalism is better." And then it fades as a American flag flies in the sky, and then you hear "Let freedom ring," something like that. But basically, yeah, Mrs. Matilda's a bitch. She hates the kids. She hates the mom. The mom builds the kids like a plaything, and she's like, "Okay, fuck this. I can't fire the girl because the mayor likes her. So instead of having, I'm going to turn the good girl into a bad girl. That's right. Mrs. Mavilda is going to make the mom a biker lesbian. And you know what? Pretty progressive, gotta say.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, but no, she's just like, I'm going to frame her as a thief. And then I'm also going to get my lumberjack friend to cut down the tree that I've already forgotten the name of
With a
again.
chainsaw.
Yeah, with a chainsaw. I keep
Not an
wanting.
axe. It would have been cooler if it had been an axe, but nope, it's a chainsaw. And I'm like, this isn't Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
You're like, oh shit! I
You're
meant to
not
put on.
Leatherface.
At that point, you're that like. I imagine you just sitting and then you see them like with the chainsaw. And you're like, wait a second, I'm watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh my god, my mistake. And you have to switch out to like the actual movie. You're like, wow, this film's actually pretty great. I don't know why it was recommended for Nefarious Reels. And you go like, oh, that's why, because I'm not watching the right movie. Fuck.
Damn it.
But yeah, and then basically her children, which have like really dumb names, it's like Pippi and Pappy or something.
Yeah, fuck. It's like, yeah, Pappy. I wrote these
Oh
down. I
yeah,
don't remember where
it's
I put them. God
Pappy
damn
and
it.
Lily. They're on Letterboxd.
Lily. Lily's okay, but Pappy, what the hell are you doing? Do you hate your kids?
Yeah, but they're just like, oh, we'll just go to Santa and we'll ask them to save your mom. Because one of the kids overhears it, and by kid I mean voiced by like a fully grown woman, clearly.
But it's like they're trying to do a pipsqueak voice.
No, not that one. There's like one of them. It's like the one that overhears it, and it's just a normal like woman voice. There is like no like attempt to make it sound like a kid. She's just like,
Oh,
listen, I'll do my lines, but I'm not gonna fucking do it in a high
do a
pitched voice.
voice.
Fuck that shit. She knew what she was getting into. She was like, fuck that.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, like, I'm going to just do this. I'm going to get my $30 paycheck for doing a couple lines, but I'm not going to try, okay?
And then
You got it?
yeah, then I'll get the
Deal?
fuck out of there.
Okay.
Yeah, she warns the mom's kids, and they're like, we're gonna go find Santa, and he'll fix things. Because I guess, apparently, the North Pole isn't, like, completely surrounded by water. They can just travel there by land, I guess.
I guess. Yeah, there's no, like, ocean or anything.
I mean,
to
granted,
go
I mean, I've
past,
never,
but
I've never tried to travel to the North Pole, so, like, who am I to really fucking judge?
you got, you got a point.
But yeah, they basically go to travel, which comes to my favorite part when they get attacked by the bear, and then the daughter
really wish
fucking
that bear,
dies.
like, mauled that kid. I was really hoping for that.
I
And
like
it was actually the only interesting thing.
because there was like actual conflict.
Yeah, like something interesting was happening, and
Well, it should
maybe
note.
death could have occurred, but nope.
Well, the daughter does fall down the entire fucking mountain. So one could say she died, especially since the bear also falls down the fucking mountain. So we can assume, and if she survived that fall, the bear probably could too. It probably like mauled her to like near death.
Mm-hmm.
Like Chef in like South Park. It's like that pretty much, that episode.
Oh, yeah, that episode.
It's like that. Like if you're sick, fuck, just like imagine that. Which I mean, you might have to be to watch this movie because you need some sort of stimulation. But ultimately, the brother has to go back because Lily's fucking dead, allegedly. Gets back to the tree, and the mom comes back. She couldn't go where she needed to because of like a storm or something. and they're like, "Oh, Miss Mom character, the tree, whatever the fucking its name is." Even though Cole told you like 3 times, yeah,
Hopewell.
Hopewell, that stupid
But
fucking
honestly, who
tree.
cares at this point?
They around it, and he's like, "I'm not gonna fucking chainsaw massacre through these kids. We're a G-rated cartoon."
Yeah,
And
we can't murder children.
yeah, the brother comes
That's
back, and
not
then the
right.
father shows up. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm back from begging all those whores. What's
I mean,
happening?
working in the mines, totally not
Working in the
fucking
gulag."
prostitutes the whole time.
Oh, son, tell me what happened. He's like, "Lily is dead. I sent her down a whole mountain." And then Santa shows up and he goes, "No, no, she's not. She's right
Nope,
here.
she's
See?"
right here with me.
Yeah, Santa just shows up. By the way, I don't think he even says anything.
Yeah,
But
he just kind of drops Lily off, and then that's it,
it,
basically.
and then he's like, "I must go now. My home planet needs me." And then they flew away.
My whole planet.
And then he died on the way to his home planet. Santa's dead, everybody! Yay! But yeah, Mrs. Whatever the fuck her name is.
Mavilda.
Yeah, Mavilda. She's like, fuck this bullshit. I'm stealing the chainsaw. I'm cutting down Mrs. Hopewell. And then fucking she gets smited by the eldritch being that was in control of the tree. Oh yeah, I also have a theory that the children actually came from the tree, like the seeds, and they fell to the ground, grew children, and then Miss Mavilda has to take care of them to like stop them from like spreading their like rhetoric or some bullshit. Their like alt
Okay.
right wing rhetoric that they all have.
Oh my god.
This is a grifter tree from
It's a
the
grifting tree.
yeah, it's the Eldritch Abomination Griftor, and it sprung up a grifting tree for these alt-right children.
Nice. I I guess.
Why not?
Not really, but
Why not? Who cares? But yeah, she gets smited by the Eldritch being Griftor, and then Santa fucking laser blasts the children, and now they have clothes. Not toys or food or like anything actual
just
helpful or
nice
anything.
clothes.
Just some nice
Yeah, these kids
clothes.
are probably also like malnourished as hell. But no, we got to give them clothes and nothing else.
And the mayor's just like, "This almighty tree, the Mrs. Hopewell,
is now a landmark.
yeah, it's an official landmark, and now there's a cult surrounding this tree, worshipping the Eldritch Abomination Griftor as the alt-right ideology threads throughout the town, pretty much. And now the American, at the end, the film ends, the American flag waves and goes, "Let freedom ring," and then an eagle caws and flies through the air.
And then they scream, "What the fuck is a kilometer?"
Yeah, pretty much. That's the whole movie. What else do you need?
Yeah, it was shit.
It was shit, and we hated it.
Shit.
It was definitely shit. Like, if you trimmed out all the bullshit nonsense that I would been spewing, you wouldn't have much of a conversation. Like, somehow we squeezed like a little over 20 minutes out of that somehow. How the fuck did we manage that?
Dicking around.
Yeah, dicking around. Yeah, but this was pretty bad. I mean, it was only 43 minutes. So, like, I think that kind of helped. It's still, I think, like the worst animated film we've seen.
It's probably, yeah, it's definitely the worst animated film we've seen. I don't remember hating something as much as this piece of shit.
Yeah, apparently in your review, you fucking hated this.
I was like, I just could not stand this. I was ready for this to be done after seeing the first glance of these kids and the terrifying just eyes staring into my soul, like, stop.
I mean, you're lucky. You probably watched this on like Tubi. I own the DVD. I these
watched
fuckers.
it on Tubi, yeah.
I have the DVD right next to me. I got these
No,
fuckers
actually, it was
staring
on
me down
YouTube,
right now.
so no ads.
Oh, nice. Because you gotta
Yeah, they
watch the
upload the
ads
full
on
thing.
Tubi. You just gotta. It's like it's the principle here. Like, Tubi is giving us free streaming. You better watch all 50 of those fucking ads. But yeah, I got the fucking DVD next to me. Those fuckers are staring at me right now. I might die before the end of this discussion because they're gonna murder me. Because I'm making fun of Griftor, the alt-right Eldritch Abomination. Anyway, got anything else left to add for the Christmas tree?
Other than I want to tell the movie to go fuck itself, no.
Yeah. Do you want me to send you a copy so you can say that and then
No.
destroy it?
No,
No.
not really. I don't want you wasting your money on that for me.
Oh, well, you're not gonna like your Christmas gift then. Note, I did not send you the Christmas tree on DVD. That was a joke. Just
I
what
would have actually killed myself if that happened
killed yourself in
in
Minecraft
Minecraft.
and real life at the same time. Because if you die in the game, you die in real life.
Oh, true.
That's how it works. That's just how it works. But now that we're done with the Christmas
Yeah,
tree,
we're done
uh,
with one masterpiece. We're going on to another
yeah,
masterpiece.
we're moving on to 1996's your second choice, Santa with Muscles, starring amazing Hollywood star Clint Howard, and also Hulk Hogan's there too, I
Also,
guess.
yeah, Hulk Hogan. Yeah, fuck that guy. But
Yeah.
Clint Howard was the real star.
He was the star in my heart.
He was
Famous Nefarious Reel alumni Clint Howard, starring in other such films that we've discussed, like
Ice Cream
yeah,
Man.
Ice Cream Man,
And
and
another movie that we're going to talk about
yeah,
later.
Blood Rain 3, and
Oh,
also Far
yeah.
Cry. Apparently, that
Yep.
we didn't really realize. And a film we're going to talk about later, and I think there's one more he was
I
in.
think he's been in the most movies we've talked about.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Ice Cream Man for Carnosaur. He was in Carnosaur. That's the one I remember.
Oh,
He was the Chicken
right.
Man.
He was the Chicken Man.
Yeah, so this makes this about six Nefarious Real films that he's been in. Four of them we've discussed before, one we're going to discuss right now, and one we're going to discuss after this one. You know what I need? I need a framed picture of Clint Howard to have on the Nefarious Reels display. Yeah, Clint Howard, he's the David Ducato of actors for Nefarious Reels because he just keeps showing up, baby.
Yep. All right. So do you want me to
Oh, that's
describe
that's
this
your
one?
choice. Do you want to describe Santa
I'll
with muscles?
describe it.
All right.
So, Santa with Muscles is about Hulk Hogan, or in this movie, Blake Thorne, I think his name was. Yes.
Yeah,
Blake
Blake Thorne.
Thorne, who's I don't even, like a movie star, action hero, bodybuilder type of guy. Very rich. He's got a bunch of servants around his house. He's got all of these brands like protein powder, cereal, like everything you could name that you could put on a face and slap his face on. And then one day he decides to do a very interesting game of paintball with friends, and that leads him to getting chased around by Clint Howard and his cop gang. And he tries to hide in a Santa costume, and then there's also this other guy who's trying to take up all of this land that's in the city they're in. And the last building he needs to sway people with money is the orphanage. And Hulk Hogan goes to the orphanage and tries to help save the kids, just like Cool Cat would. All right. And I guess I regurgitated everything about that, but what did you think about this? Yeah, masterpiece.
I thought this film was pretty boring. It's in similar vein to like Ed and like Cool as Ice. More so Cool as Ice, where it's just basically we got Hulk Hogan and we're gonna show him off this whole movie and nothing really happens that much. The story's kind of weird because there's that opening narration with like the girl talking about how, oh, there's this rich
Shanna, I
guy.
help.
Yeah, asked for help about how there's like an evil rich guy that wants to buy or take the orphanage for himself. And I assumed that was gonna be Hulk Hogan's character. Like he wants the orphanage for like something, and then when he becomes Santa and like an evil assistant's gonna go through with it, like they want the orphanage for something, and they're just using Hulk Hogan to get that. And so the
Yeah.
assistant's gonna go for it, and then it's Hulk Hogan who's gonna learn like through his amnesia being Santa, he's gonna learn like, hey, maybe I shouldn't be such a jerk and all that, and kind of have that,
Like kind of like a Darman kind of thing,
like yeah, something like that.
where he
But
learns to be less of an asshole.
yeah, but for some reason there's just a completely separate rich guy who's after that, and Hulk Hogan's just completely separate from him, so he's just kind of a dick, really, and it's like really weird because the conflict doesn't go anywhere until the plot decides that it needs to move. Like the conflict, like I said, should be Hulk Hogan's the rich guy that wants the orphanage for
Yep.
whatever dumb reason. And then he learns as a character, like through his amnesia, when he learns these people, and when he gains it back, he's like, I'm against this, I don't want this. And then he fights to make sure the orphanage doesn't get destroyed. So it's weird because he's just like a dick, and then the lesson he's gonna learn is like, don't be like a dick, I guess. Like it
Yeah, I
doesn't really feel
guess.
like he like learns anything. He's just like, oh man, it sucks because these people were nice to me, and now I feel bad about stuff. I don't know. Is what I'm saying
But
making
that
any
doesn't
sense?
really happen. It's weird. Like because when I was watching it, especially when we got to the end, I'm like, okay, this is less than an hour and a half. Nothing like the movie moves along, but there's nothing that was like impactful or made me go, oh, that was actually kind of fun. No, it was just a mirage of sequences. I don't even want to call them scenes. It just like shit happens and it leads to, I guess, Hulk Hogan saving the kids.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
about it.
yeah, it's just he does the go thing. He gets amnesia and gets knocked out, and basically gets saved by like this elf guy who he's in debt. He wants money. He gets
Yeah,
fifty
he wants to
bucks if
steal
he
his
finds a
money,
Santa.
which also who I recognized as one of the parents from that '70s show. So I was like, hey, I know you.
Hey. Yeah, but his
Yeah,
whole
and
thing is that he's poor and he learns that Hulk Hogan's like a super rich guy.
he's
And
like the richest guy in like 10 states, I think he said.
yeah, he's like one of the richest guy in 10
And
states.
then he just wants to steal a lot of his money through the ATM, but the ATM's always like, we need your thumbprint. Nope, your left thumb, you
Yeah,
idiot.
you fucking dumb fuck. You thought you could just use a
You dumb
glass?
fuck.
That'd be
Yeah, you
funny if he
thought you
just
could.
went out of his way to insult him. That would be a funny joke.
And it's also even more hilarious than like throughout all this time, he's never thinking, hey, where's my wallet at?
Well, to
I
be
mean, I
fair, he
guess the
makes him think he's
amnesia
Santa.
is an excuse, but still, it's.
That was Hulk Hogan, but then he had amnesia.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, and then the
He
whole
was Hulk Hogan actually the entire time.
yeah, and then kind of like the whole movie is just kind of him getting to know like the one like little girl.
Yeah, that girl who also had that, letter from before.
Yeah, how they're gonna rob the orphanage, and it's just like Santa, we need your help, and you gotta do the
Santa.
right thing, Santa. You have the boy character who is like pointless, so who cares?
Yeah, what did he oh, I mean, only significant thing he tried to do was throw rocks and threaten those people with violence because, he threatened people with violence and he's like, I want to be like you. And then Hulk Hogan's like, not like that, brother.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
he was doing a lot of that, brother.
Interesting enough, we do have an actual big actor. We have Milena Kunis. I don't know how to say her name.
Mila Kunis.
Yeah, she's in Black Swan, and she was in like she's been a lot of more recent stuff. But I don't know if
Reese, I
I
mean, she got real big. Well, yeah, she started off especially with like popping off on that '70s show. And then, yeah, like Black Swan, a bunch of other shit.
she's
And
Meg from Family Guy.
yes,
This is
I never forget
apparently
Family
her
Guy.
like second movie, like her very second
Hmm.
movie she's ever starred in. The first one was Piranha.
Belana.
Yeah, Piranha, the OG Piranha, baby.
Like, she was, holy shit, she was in that? Huh.
Okay, well, apparently this is actually a remake of the OG Piranha, but
Okay.
it was Piranha. There was, in fact, a piranha in the movie, so,
I was about to
it
say, because
counts.
the original Piranha was 1978.
Yeah, no, this one's 1995.
Okay, yeah, I see that now.
But she's also relevant. She's just there to say smart words and sound smart.
Yeah, I am a preteen teenager, but I say big person words because I'm sound smart. That makes me sound smart. The best kind of child.
Yep. And then there's a scene where they go, English, please. And then everyone, the whole studio audience laughs. And
Oh,
then the credit starts playing.
man, that was also an interesting choice to have the live studio audience in play during
That
the movie.
that was the tagline of the movie, the first movie with a live studio audience. Yeah, and then the kind of I saw this film yesterday and I barely remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Cause the whole thing is just like Hulk Hogan is just hanging out with these kids and giving lessons, and then also evil bad guy man who's a germaphobe, I guess, sends goons out there to beat up the people at the fucking orphanage, I guess, so they can get the fucking Chaos Emeralds that are apparently just underneath the orphanage that no one bothered to check. Cause that's the big dumb stupid reveal is that like,
Oh,
oh,
that
there's
cave?
emeralds. Yeah,
Yeah, it was like Borderlands almost, like the vault hunting.
yeah. That's where all the
I'm
Chaos
like,
Emeralds
wait,
were.
what the hell?
There's like,
That's
whoa, you
why?
have the crystals and they move, they make energy, and they're worth millions.
Whoa, crazy,
And
guys.
that's why the evil billionaire wants the orphanage so he can get the crystals. And you think that, oh, they're going to stop him and they're going to use the crystals to save the orphanage. No, that's not what fucking happens at all. But for, I guess, get to the point of Hulk Hogan gets his memory back when he gets knocked off the top of the orphanage after he beats the shit out of one of the goons of the evil billionaire. Falls into a garbage truck where he regains his memory. And then he just, when he returns match, he's like, I'm sad, but I'm going to go back and I'm going to save the orphanage because I got a call from the elf guy because they fucking broke in. And I guess because they can't just steal the crystals, they have to use the children to mine it because I guess they're too fucking lazy. I guess.
I guess.
Oh yeah, who can forget the big reveal from the black guy who I remember because he was like the DJ guy in the TV series Two Broke Girls, I believe.
That old guy?
Yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're both the same
Okay.
character. Either that, I'm racist, and I think
Or yeah,
all
you're
black people look
just
the same. That's just the
wow.
gamble I have to make. When I made my bold claim like that. Anyway, fingers crossed. Or I'll just edit it out, and then I'll just be completely safe. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling when I get to this point. But apparently, Hulk Hogan, he was originally an orphan at that orphanage, and he's
Oh
got to make
yes, that
things right.
twist.
And I was
Yep,
just
I
like,
totally
wow,
forgot.
this equates to absolutely nothing. Once again, maybe be a lot more impactful if he was like the rich douchebag that wanted to like here, let me rewrite this movie to make it like way better. Hulk Hogan, rich billionaire guy, he makes a ton of money in like promotional products and he also deals in like fucking like real estate or something. And he's basically just like he's like indifferent. He's like so rich. Like the business side, who gives a fuck? I'm peddling all my wares. Like he's like a real estate guy who got super rich through real estate. Now he's just like people know him. He's like a face. He's just shilling products now. He doesn't give a fuck. He just wants to fucking goof off with all his money. There's an assistant guy's like, oh, Hulk Hogan, there's some properties in this town we can purchase and flip for a profit. He's like, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm Hulk Hogan. Yeah, just buy them. Give them an offer, and we'll buy the houses. I don't care. Like he basically just dumps all the business stuff onto his assistant, his evil assistant that we don't know yet. It's not until later. Hulk Hogan then goes on his whole escapade, like the whole thing where he's fucking around. He drives into the town because that's I guess like to the twist they kind of hint at it when he's just like, we can lose the Clint Howard in this town because I grew up here, I know where to hide.
And especially in this mall, because there's so much space, guys.
Yeah, so basically he does the same thing. He's doing the same thing. He's like, oh, we can hide out in here, I grew up here. And then
And then he beats the shit out of some dudes trying to steal money
yeah.
from some kind of, yeah, from a booth that's, trying to help save money for the orphanage. And
Ah, fuck, I forgot I set an alarm for something. Shit, shut up. Anyway, keep going.
but yeah, he beats them up, and then the cops get there. He's running around. He steals a Santa costume, but they're trying to ask anyone if they've seen someone in camouflage, because they were wearing camouflage for paintball, whatever they were doing. I don't know if they were like doing capture the flag around the city or town or whatever, but
No. They're just going to do a paintball game, but then Hulk Hogan just instantly shoots the guy to win because you have to take out the captain, and then the guy got pissed and they start running away from them. But yeah, you just
okay.
have your normal shenanigans, and then you have Hulk Hogan go to like the orphanage as planned. Then you have the assistant guy. You got people going like, "Where's Hulk Hogan? We need him to help out." And then like the assistant guy steps out. He's like, "Oh, well, I'm Hulk Hogan's assistant, and I do a lot of his business stuff. So I'm basically like the right hand man and voice of Hulk Hogan. So we'll do everything through me." And then it's revealed that like the assistant's like secretly undermining Hulk Hogan. He's buying up all this like land in the area, but it's like he's got like a thing where it's like signed under his name. He's like, I'm gonna buy this entire strip. I'm gonna tear it all down. I'm gonna build like a super mega mall, or I'm gonna build I'm gonna like sell all this land. It's gonna get demolished and it's gonna build into like a fucking like toxic waste dump. That's way more intense because I'm gonna get this. I'm buying all this land up because I'm gonna make it into like a toxic waste dump, and then it's gonna drive all this property value down, and then I can scoop all that up, and I can like expand my empire, and I can just undermine Hulk Hogan, and then it'll be like, and then like this bad publicity, Hulk Hogan's gonna get under this all his name, it's gonna ruin his image, and then I can rise up from the ashes, and I can take control, and then I can flip this into like a massive product for me, and everyone will know my name. But, as like the assistant keeps sending goons to like, rough up these orphan people, but like that's why Hulk Hogan's there and he can like stop this, right? And he's beating up these guys. He's like then he gets to know these children better and like all that junk, and he grows, and it's just like, and then you get the reveal of like, Hulk Hogan, you used to live in this orphanage and you always said that you were gonna grow up and be rich and successful and help us, and you never did. And I didn't say anything at the time because I care about the children. I didn't want to ruin this image of you, but I'm calling you out now because all this is happening under your name. And then that's where you have your falling out because like, oh, someone's trying to buy the orphanage, we don't know who. Oh shit, it's you, Hulk Hogan, you piece of shit. I don't know why you're here, get out. And then you have Hulk Hogan come in, and he comes back, he's like sad and depressed. And he's just like, I don't know why my company's doing this. And the assistant's just like, oh, I'm sorry, Hulk Hogan. I need you to sign these papers here for like this, for some property assessment thing. And then Hulk Hogan, he's sad, but he's looking into it. Instead of usually just signing it off on his own, he's like, wait a minute. This is like a use of force and like a fucking this is a contract that will like result in the orphanage getting destroyed. And it's like, you were the one who's behind all this fucking shit. And the assistant's just like, you don't understand. You basically signed your company. I basically almost complete control of your company. As long as you're not publicly known that you're back here, then I can just get rid of you. And nothing's going to stop me from getting the orphanage. And then Hulk Hogan's got to fire his way out of the mansion. He goes back to the orphanage because, the assistant guy's got all the paperwork. He's going to fucking stop it. Hulk Hogan, like, shows up. Like, the whole town's there to watch the destruction of this building. They're just like, oh, the old orphanage with history is about to get destroyed. But then Hulk Hogan shows up. He's like, I'm back. I'm alive. he has a whole rousing speech. The town rallies around Hulk Hogan. They defeat the evil assistant guy. Hulk Hogan turns everything around, and everything's good and happy. And then Hulk Hogan's a changed man, and he does good things. And Merry Christmas, everyone. And then the American flag waves at the end, and you hear "Let Freedom Ring," and then the bald eagle screeches. And then there's the studio loud track comes in, and then the end credits roll, and then there's the whole movie.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good, right? That sounds like an actual Christmas movie you'd watch.
Yeah.
Like not now, like when you were like
Definitely.
10, it was on like the Hallmark Channel or like ABC Family's 25 Days of Christmas. But instead, we get fucking Hulk Hogan goes into the cave to fight everyone for the jewels, pretty much. And it leads to the best scene of the movie when they're like, shit, the fucking jewels are gonna explode, and it fucking destroys the entire fucking orphanage, which defeated the whole point of the movie to save the orphanage. But I guess it doesn't matter
Yep.
because the evil billionaire gets arrested, and then they just take the evil billionaire's mansion and they make that the new orphanage, I guess.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
And
And fuck Hulk
Hulk
Hogan.
Hogan saves the kids.
Really made him want a boogie.
Boogie woogie.
Yeah, and then he basically just saves the orphanage, and that's the
Yep.
whole movie. I feel like I missed some key important things, but I got really invested in my how to make Santa with muscles good.
Sound interesting.
Yeah. There was one joke that like worked for me. And it's when he's at the mall as the Santa and he has the girl on his lap and she's like, "I want the round thing, you know." And he just goes, "A golf ball?" He's like, "No." "A pocket knife?" "No." "An electric razor?" "No." "Smile." And he just fucking gives up and he's just like, "Smile." And then that got a little bit of air blown through my nose. Yeah, so it got one. It got like one. Barely, but it got one. Still mainly fucking boring, though. Boring at the ass. If I had to give it some credit, I would say I do think it's at least better than Cool as Ice, because at least Santa with the Muscles has somewhat of a plot, rather than Cool as Ice, which is just, hey, Cool as Ice, hit on this girl and stalk until she gets Stockholm Syndrome and wants to hook up with you. Do you have anything to say about Santa with Muscles?
Hmm. I mean, again, I saw this like 2 days ago. I remember nothing. I just kind of forgot everything. And, it was boring. Didn't really care about anything going on. It just kind of came and went. Nothing interesting. Yeah, that kind of boring. That was super disappointing.
Yeah, a real letdown. Except, like, really, what were we expecting from this film? Honestly,
I don't know.
maybe
I
more
really don't know
fighting.
either.
Maybe more fun fighting. Like Hulk
Yeah,
Hogan's a
maybe if it was
wrestler.
like a lot
Maybe like get a
more fun.
second wrestler in there to fight Hulk Hogan. Like that's the
Yeah,
problem.
get
They
like
needed
Ric
another muscle
Flair
guy.
or
Get Krampus with muscles in that fight.
I don't know any other big wrestlers from that time.
I don't know. Is Roddy Piper like still around?
I don't know. I don't follow wrestling.
I don't
So,
either. Hold on. I'll
but I
message
know of
someone I know who likes wrestling, and I'll get a good response
I
back.
just know who Joe Hendry is though.
No, no. Maybe we'll get him to fight Fred Ficklehorn.
Yeah. No, Fred Figglehorn and Kevin. They have
They
to force Fred and Kevin a tag team.
So that way they can like destroy the orphanage because Judy's there. Judy's being held hostage in the
Yeah.
caves. Oh my god, we gotta save Judy.
Oh my damn it. Oh my damn it, it's Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, but I don't really have anything else left to say about
I think I'm done with this one.
Santa with the muscles. He was a very muscly guy, I guess, and it was really dumb.
Yeah,
Uh
he had muscles.
all I can say is it was better than Cool as Ice, but it wasn't as good as Ed. Because Ed had a
At
monkey in
least
it.
you got to see a chimp play baseball. That was actually kind of fun.
Yeah. I mean,
I
who
don't know. There's
doesn't want to
something
see a
absurd
monkey
about that.
movie? Yeah, I totally would rewatch Ed if my Blu-ray copy of Ed was actually of Ed.
Not Evil
and
Dead.
not the Evil Dead remake. But if that's all we got for Santa with Muscles, then we'll move on to our final film, Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, Initiation,
Yeah.
1990s, starring Clint Howard
Again.
again. So, Cole, do you want to intro in Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, Initiation, or should I?
You should. I did Santa with Muscles, so
Okay. So, Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, Initiation is a film about feminism. Cole, what did you think about Silent Night, Deadly Night? Yeah, no, I'm just
wow.
no.
What a premise.
Yeah, but more seriously, so Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 4, Initiation, or Silent Night, Deadly Night 4, Initiation. There is no part in there. Basically, it's about I don't remember her name. I'm just gonna call her the
Kim.
Kim. That's her name.
Yeah, that reporter girl, that lady that worked at the news station as like a reporter, but also worked on the calendar.
Okay.
Yeah, Kim.
But yeah, sure. So, Kim, well, first there's a lady, her entire bottom half gets engulfed, and she falls off the roof of an apartment building to the ground below to her death, where Clint Howard walks up to her after eating a burger he found on the ground. After Clint
But there was
Howard
no
just
cheese, and he was really upset with that.
after Clint Howard just walked into the chute completely uninvited and ate some half-eaten
He
cheeseburger
actually
left
wasn't
on the ground by
cast. They
some like
just
random grip.
Yep.
And they were like, "Fuck! I guess we gotta have this guy in the movie now." Because I'm not
They're
reshooting
like,
this
holy
fucking
shit,
scene.
that's Clint Howard. We gotta have him in the movie now.
Clint Howard wandered into the set after leaving Santa with Muscles. Oh yeah, we've got to talk about Clint Howard in Santa with Muscles. He's the best part because he's Clint Howard, and also he almost gets killed by an RPG.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
And
but
also hilarious that a cop had an RPG or something like.
yeah, it's because it's commentary. Because Santa with Muscles is a really deep film, just
Oh.
like The Christmas Tree.
Yeah, definitely. But
Yeah,
back to
yeah.
Initiation.
Luckily, Clint Howard stumbled into a better movie where he gets to be in it more. But
Yeah, he
yeah,
has more of a purpose.
yeah, but yes, she falls to the ground dead, and that basically gets back to Kim, who wants to investigate. She hears about the story as she's having wild, crazy, hot sex with Hank, who for some reason I remember his
Her
name perfectly
boyfriend.
fine. But yeah, she's like, I want to do the story on this, and although she ends up not getting the story at all because boys will be boys. Uh,
And then she'll do it behind his back.
Yeah, she decides to investigate anyway, and she ends up falling down the rabbit hole of like witchcraft or whatever,
Yeah,
and she ends up falling
some kind
into a
of cult
film
like thing.
with like an actual fucking plot. Cole, what do you think of Silent Night, Deadly Night 4 Initiation?
It was better than almost all the other movies that we've talked about in the last two episodes. And probably the best sequel of the Silent Night, Deadly Night franchise as of now,
Oh yeah, definitely.
I would say. Like, again, part two has the funny memes, but it's half a movie.
Yeah, it's just
And
half the movie. It doesn't count.
part three was boring as hell, and it somehow forced Ricky back into the story when it didn't really need to. And then you got this, which does something different. It gets weird. I like the weirdness it goes with.
Yeah, way more bugs in it than the other
Lot
movies.
lot of bugs, lots of practical effects, lots of weird shit going on. You see the woman get cocooned at one point, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was pretty epic, I
Yeah,
can say.
it was fun.
And it is, in a way, a film about feminism because, man, those bitches be hating men. It's a film about feminism and how we don't need it. People who believe in feminism are witches and are crazy. That's this
Satire.
film's satire, but it's serious satire, but also I mean it.
No.
But yes, but she basically she gets set on fire. I found it hilarious when She goes to investigate it, and you see the outline, but because there's like the charred bottom half, it looks like they didn't even bother to outline that, and I found that hilarious.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, you can't be tired now, Cole. We have one more movie and questions and picking a better of the three and recommendations.
Okay, but yeah. Yeah, they just kind of outlined the top half of her body, is what you were saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Well, we get a setup of where she is. She's like, I want this job. I don't want to be stuck doing the confidentials and the calendar forever. And
I
then it
want to
turns,
be out in the field.
yeah. But it turns out she's only been working there for a month, so I don't know what the fuck she was expecting. You're still like the new gal. Like, come on.
It takes time, but hey,
Yeah, it's just like, look, I get it.
you
You want
got
to
to
be a
play
reporter.
their game.
You
Unfortunately,
have to work your way up. Like you're new. Like you're still really new. Like 1 month isn't that much time in reporter time, I feel like.
mm-mm.
But yeah, she gets iced out. The main boss guy gives it to Hank, the story to Hank, and she complains to like Juliet or whatever her name is, and Juliet just goes, "Boys will be boys," and the woman next to her goes, "Boys will be boys," and then the person next to her goes, "Boys will be boys," and it goes down the line
And
as
it
they
just
all
keeps
cook.
going on for 30 minutes.
No, it goes on forever. The whole line goes on
It goes on
forever.
until the end of the movie.
Yeah, like as they stand in front of their grills as they're watching the guys just talk about the story. Boys will be boys. Yeah, but she goes investigating around. She goes to the library where she meets the first of the witches, where she's just like, "Oh,
Yeah,
it's
I
a
guess, yeah, the witch
the witchening."
people cults, yeah, something like that.
I'm just assuming it's witches. I mean, like it might as well has been,
That's
but
safe to assume.
she goes to the library there, one, to get the book on spontaneous combustion and to ask about, did you see anything? Was there like anything weird? And like, how do you get from the roof up here? And when she goes up to the roof, as she investigates, Clint Howard shows up. Well, excuse me. Yeah, Clint Howard shows up and he's on the roof and he basically pulls the worm out of the vent. He pulls out a vent worm. He's like, hey, 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 Amogus worm
Amogus.
came out of
You
the
want
vent.
this? You want to eat this worm with me?
You want this Amogus worm? It's pretty sussy. But yeah, this basically kind of leads down into like the rabbit hole as like, cause she eats like the date fruit,
Yeah,
which is I'm guess is evil. It's like an evil fruit, cause that's
it's
when she.
something bad, definitely.
I want to say of the three films, this one's actually been the most successful at actually doing what it's supposed to. Because the previous two films are supposed to make me care about these family-esque oriented films, and I did not give a fuck about any of them. But this film's meant to kind of creep me out. And when the bugs were everywhere, that like kind of freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah, that I might have had a gag reflex kick in here and there. It was one of those things where it's, I don't know. Sometimes I see bugs that often and I just go, ugh, ew. Yeah, no, get that away from me, please.
Yeah, it should be noted. I like the first scene where all the bugs are on the sink. That made me like give me a reflex. But that's mainly because when I moved out to my apartment.
Oh
Did
no.
I tell the story? I might have told the
I
story.
don't know.
But the apartment above us, those people were just moving out. And it turns out they were terrible. Absolutely terrible. Because they had a dog and they never let it outside for like anything.
Are
So
you
it like pissed and shit like all over the carpet above us. And basically it basically became like, and because of all like the shit and piss and stuff and all that, and it was like a super disgusting too, so it became basically like a roach, like a massive roach infestation. Roaches
Oh
were living there,
god.
and so they were renovating it. They were cleaning it, replacing the carpets, and those roaches they were killing, the ones that they didn't get, well, those ones like moved like down. So we had roaches like appearing like all over in like mainly the kitchen area, sometimes in the bathroom. It wasn't like a massive one, but you'll see like a couple of roaches moving around, and like you have to kill it like in the mic
Ugh.
underneath the micro, and you had to kill those.
Gross. Ew.
So
Oh god,
yeah, so
that's
seeing all those
repulsive.
roaches in the dishes definitely set me off.
Gave you PTSD.
Yeah, basically, pretty much. Yeah, and then of course when the giant bugs started appearing, that was like a much bigger reaction too. Those giant bugs are so fucking cool, by the way. Honestly,
Yeah, there's some. They were good designs.
They were really giving me their all in this.
They put more of an effort into this one than the other two sequels.
Yeah. Yeah, but basically she's like investigating the whole story where she's trying to figure out, is this spontaneous combustion? Why she do this? She gets invited to a picnic by her as well, and she ends up going to it. Where basically we meet the other people in the coven. You have the old lady, because every old witch coven has an old lady in it. And then you
There's
get,
always an old lady when it comes to
when it comes to witches, is
yeah,
that a
these kind of
doggy?
groups of people.
I heard that. Was there a doggy in the room with you?
Yeah, it's my dog. He's been whimpering. He wants to go downstairs, but he can't.
Oh, why not?
So, being naughty. So,
Oh, naughty.
punish.
Naughty this. But yeah, I might have jumped ahead a bit. I feel like I made a huge leap in the story. I just mainly remember her freaking out over
Let's
bugs and
see the
stuff.
worm. And then, let's see. You got the worm. You got the
The big cockroach thing.
yeah. You got like that huge
Oh yeah,
cockroach.
I forgot. Cause she's just like, cause at the beginning she's with Hank and they're going to the office. And he's like, I totally want to talk to your parents, have dinner with your parents tonight. And then
Oh
after her
yeah, at
like,
Christmas. Yeah.
yeah, and then she just starts making fucking spaghetti. And Hank's just like, bitch, where the fuck are you? You said you wanted to do this. What the fuck? And she's like, ugh, fine, I'll go. You know, I'm the one that wanted to do this. And she gets to meet Hank's anti Semitic dad.
Yeah, I heard his dad was the worst.
Oh my god, how can I forget? Another line I forgot. Back when she gets rejected from the story over Hank, the boss guy goes like, bitch, go make me a cup of coffee. He literally goes, bitch, go make me a sandwich, pretty much.
Basically.
Yeah, and then of course Hank's dad's just like, ew, gross, you're Jewish? Go into the kitchen and make me a sandwich where you belong.
Because a woman should only be raising a family in the house. They shouldn't have a job.
And then he's just like, wait, no, Kim, I'm sorry my dad's anti Semitic and also like sexist, but I'm a real true feminism.
But I'm a true
I'm
feminist,
a
even
true
though I
feminist.
didn't back you up at all.
It's not history, it's her story.
Oh, I stood up and clapped when that happened. You know?
It was like, I was like, damn, the patriarchy truly was defeated that day.
Yep.
Yeah, but then she leaves. Then she goes on to she goes to the picnic. I don't remember when. She does learn about the main witch, about how no, it's the picnic. The picnic is first, because that's where she drinks a bunch of wine and gets like and falls asleep. Where then Hank comes in and is like, hey, our boss, yeah, he's gonna give you the spontaneous combustion story, and that leads to her visiting the witch again in the apartment, where the witch is basically like, here, drink this tea. Also, I'm gonna put a bunch of roofies in it. It's gonna taste really good. So just drink all of it. Now eat this fucking beetle now. And then it's like, yeah, no shit. She gets like Kim gets like super fucking sick from that, pretty much.
Yeah, kind of surprising, but kind of not at the same time. But
Yeah,
don't.
it's
Also, she should have looked. I mean, she should have learned at some point. Hey, if someone's going to give you a bug or something that resembles a bug, don't eat it.
yeah, probably don't eat it. That's probably a pretty good call. That she also
Yeah.
learns about the main witch is like, oh, I had a daughter, but every time I tried to get close, she'd always rebel against me. And then one day she ran away, and it's all her dad's fault because the patriarchy is fucking
God damn it.
ruining everything.
It is. And I'm going to go punch a table now.
She's just like, I'm going to defeat the patriarchy, and the only way I'm going to do that is by doing a satanic witch ritual on you, where I'm going to place a giant worm on you, and I guess it's going to enter your belly button, I guess,
Yeah,
and crawl up in
it
you.
goes into your it goes into her belly button, and then she cocoons at one point.
Yeah, her lace cocoon, she like fucking like shoots shut out of her vajayjay.
Honestly, that was kind of one of the more cooler looking effects. I was like, okay, this is I mean, along with all the other
All the really
slimy,
big,
gross things, the
and the
cocooning
big
was
ass,
actually like the coolest, I think.
don't forget the big ass bugs, though. That was fucking ugh. awful, but in the best way possible. And intentionally awful. Like that big ass bug where you can kind of see its antenna as she's running by it, and then it pans over to it on the wall. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
ugh.
Yeah.
She also vomits up a big worm, and they fucking cut it in half and dump all its
Oh
like
God. Yeah.
gunk on her
Oh God.
face.
Yeah.
And like this shit's the best fucking moisturizer for the skin you're ever gonna get.
I guess
I mean,
that's what they said, and they're like,
they're witches, so they know this kind of shit. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble.
sure.
Yeah, but she basically after that she uncocoons and they're like, okay, you're done, get out of here. They send her back home. She runs away basically back home and encounters Hank, where she basically has a mental breakdown. But then Clint Howard shows up. He's sent to basically capture her. He murders the fuck out of Hank, and then brings back. He murders Hank. He brings her back to the. I feel like I'm jumbling up the story somehow. I don't know. I might be crazy here.
Trying to.
Cause they drug her, perform the ritual. She encounters Hank, has the meltdown, goes, "There's something wrong with me." Clint Howard shows up,
Yep.
murders Hank, takes her
Yep.
back to the witches.
Because they got to finish up some initiation thing, and they are like, "Hey, didn't he have like a little brother or something?"
Yeah, we wanted to kill Hank, but now Hank's dead. So, oh yeah, Juliet shows up and she's like, "Oh, I'm also in the coven, by the way." Just like FYI. So, and then they're like, "Okay, remember to bring the boy. Gotta bring us the boy now."
And
Bring.
then you gotta kill him,
Yeah, but the whole thing
and
is
then you'll
based.
finally be one of us.
Yeah, she basically first she says no, and she goes back to her apartment. But then like she like starts catching fire, and she has to hop in the shower to try to extinguish it, but it doesn't work. And Clint Howard goes like, "You have to do it, or else they're gonna burst into flames. That's the rules. I'm Clint Howard from Santa with Muscles and Blood Rain
And
3
Ice Cream Man.
and all those other films." And she's like, "Fine, I guess I'll fucking do it." So she captures Lottie as Clint Howard murders the anti-Semitic father. And he's just like, "Oh, well, at least I'm going to die under the eyes of the Lord and not like the Jewish star or whatever. So this is okay. I'm dead." And they go to the ritual and go up to the roof where there's the spiral and everything. It's basically like Uzumaki because they all worship the spiral. There's a spiral in the book. There's a spiral in the spaghetti. The main witch, is wearing the spiral
Opening
during the
title credits
picnic.
had spirals everywhere.
There's a spiral on the roof. Spirals everywhere, man. This is the real
This
Uzumaki
is a
live
real
action movie.
Saw-like movie.
What is this? Some kind of Saw movie?
What is this? Some kind of spiral from the Book of Saw?
Crazy. Nice Nefarious Reels throwback there. I appreciated it.
Ayy.
Yeah, but
And this movie's better than Spiral.
it is definitely way better. Honestly, I know it's not gonna be for you, but I think for me this might be actually my favorite film we've covered. Spoiler, I guess, but this might be the favorite Nefarious Reels film we've did all year. Which is fitting in a sense because this is like this whole year, from Dream Maniac all the way onward to this film. The last film we're discussing of 2024 is my favorite one from all year. Definitely wild. But yeah, she's like, you know what? She's like, I don't want to stab him. Main witch's like, fine, then I'll fucking stab him. She's like, lol, no, and then just stabs the main witch. And she starts like fusing, her fingers start like molding together. The Kim,
which again was really cool.
was really cool because she's not following orders. And Kim's just like, that woman that jumped from that was your daughter. You didn't care about her. You don't care about me. You only care about yourself.
And now you're gonna be a better version of her.
And she's like, no, fuck you. You don't care about me or her. You only care about yourself. And then, because her fingers fuse together into this like flaming meat sword thing, she just fucking stabs that bitch right into the fucking stomach. And she's like, ugh. And then she gets set ablaze and she fucking jumps off the roof and dies. And then all the other witches just run over and they're just like, she's dead. And then boom, credits.
Yeah, and they just don't do anything. And
They're
then, yeah,
like,
it just kind of ends, and then she holds Lonnie, and then Kim holds Lonnie. He's like, and she's like, it's over.
it's
And then
Jover.
and the movie ended.
It's Jover, Lonnie. I'm
It
by
is
done.
Jover.
It's so Jover. Yeah,
Boy,
and that's not even the final shot is the old lady looking down, and then it cuts to credits, which is I think
yeah,
it's such a hilarious
it's
ending
weird.
because it just like ends. It's funny because all the other witches they're just like we were just here for like the vibe. We didn't really believe in the whole occult thing.
Mm-hmm.
We just wanted to be hot witch lesbians. That's why we joined the witches coven. I don't know, great ending. It's a very fun.
Solid ending, goofy fun.
Clint Howard unfortunately does die, but he gets eaten by the Amogus worm. So that was kind of cool.
Amogus.
Amogus, pretty sussy. Yeah. Clint Howard,
Very
he
sussy.
had a pretty sussy death from those Amogus worms.
A sussy baka death.
I don't know. Anything else you want to talk about with Sunlight
I
Day
don't
Night
think
4?
so. Not that I can think of, no.
All right.
Other than good, fun.
Yeah,
At least
good
fun.
and fun. But with that's every single movie, baby.
Woo, we did it.
Then we covered all three of them, which that means it's time for us to pick which one of these three is the better of the three. Though
Hang on,
don't
I gotta use the bath. I have to use the bathroom right now.
use that
I
time
can't
to
hold it in.
think because I know it's a difficult decision.
It's gonna be such a tough decision. Yep. I will burb.
All right.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, hey, welcome back.
All right. Yep. So best movie, Silent Night, Deadly Night 4.
Yeah, no question. Silent Night, Deadly Night 4.
I mean, no
actually,
doubt.
It had big ass bugs. What else do you fucking need?
It had bugs. It was weird. It
was
was
actually
gross.
kind of creepy.
It did not force any of those brothers in there.
Nope.
Except I did. Oh fuck!
Okay.
I totally forgot. There was that one scene,
The reference.
when, Howard,
Clint
Clint Howard just walks in. He turns on the TV. It's the opening to the third movie.
Yeah, Silent Night, Deadly Night 3.
I was like, what the fuck?
Honestly, pretty base. You think they put 1 or 2 in there, but no, they did the third one. You know what? So respect. They had the gall to put in the worst movie on TV and watch it and reference it. So that's pretty neato.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but very easily, Silent Night, Deadly Night 4 wins it. It wins the final trilogy of the year. And with that done, that means we get to move on to questions. Remember to ask questions so we can answer them. And we're going to start with our first question, which is from Robert. And that great, wonderful question that I'm delaying for no reason, because for some reason I can't find my fucking tab with the questions, is what is the best and worst film you saw this year?
I mean, we have like a couple weeks left, but do you just want to do like...
I don't think I'm gonna end up watching anything that's going to top.
Top 5, bottom 5?
We'll do 2 things. We'll talk about best and worst films of 2024 films and best and worst of just non-2024 films. That seems about fair.
I don't know. I didn't keep a list of those movies.
Well, that seems like a you problem, man. I don't know what to say. I did.
That means I have to dig through my diary then.
Yeah.
I don't feel like doing that.
That's in see, I was a good boy and I kept track of that stuff. I was a good boy this year. But I don't know, I guess we'll just do 2024 and then, we'll see, and then you can just list off films that, a film you liked and hated that you saw this year. You can just do
That's what I was probably going to just do anyway, because I think I
just do
get one off the bat.
Yeah, so I didn't get to see a lot of 2024 films. That's mainly because I moved to an apartment, and that means you have to balance your money. Because no longer I get a paycheck, so I just have to pay my car insurance, my phone, and I don't have to really worry about anything else. It's like, okay, I got my car insurance, I got my phone bill, and I got to worry about rent and buying groceries and saving money for other emergency stuff. So I didn't get to go to the theater nearly as much as I would like. We'll start with, I'll start with the best. Because save the worst for last, right? Because we're a bad movie podcast.
Of course.
best film I saw this year
It also makes sense.
was Challengers. I thought that was really good.
Good.
It was story. The tennis shots are amazing. Interesting characters. The whole shebang. A lot of fun stuff from that. Luca
Guadagnino.
Guadalingo, whatever his name.
Guadagnino.
Guadagnino. That's what I said. Yeah, made
Yeah.
a great film. Apparently, Queer that he made apparently also is really good, and
I really liked it.
so yeah, maybe I'll check that out at some point too.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? What's your favorite film of 2024? You've seen a lot more than me.
Yes. Do you want me to just name my favorite, but then list some do you want me to just list off like my top 5 with honorable mentions,
I think
or
you should just do the one because I can just do the one because I only saw like
okay.
18, 20, 24 films this year. I barely saw
Oh,
anything.
all right. So on my list right now, out of 85, my favorite movie of the year currently is Memoir of a Snail.
Yeah, I need to see that too. I know it's out on streaming right now.
It's like $6, I think, to rent. So
Yeah, I know. Maybe I'll watch it like when I get
yeah,
my
it's
paycheck or something.
oh my god, yeah, it's really good. You've seen Mary and Max, right?
Yeah, I've seen Mary Max. I kind of want
Okay,
to
yeah,
rewatch it. It's been a while.
yeah, it's definitely kind of like that. Well, not the same, but much different, And it, I don't mean to sound like a tough guy, but uh, I usually don't cry during movies, but this movie actually made me bawl by the end, and
You were balling. You're
I was
smashing. You're
balling.
slam dunking all your shots.
Yes, I was balling like Michael Jordan in his prime.
Damn, epic. But yeah, I want to check that out at some point because it does
Mm-hmm.
look really good. Also, because I think snails are really cool. So
Yep.
yeah, it's gonna be pretty epic.
Gary.
Gary, come home. Gary, come
Come
home.
home.
Gary, come home. Worst film I saw. I think you might agree with me on this one. Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scar
Oh,
Giver.
Jesus Christ.
What a
Yeah.
fucking waste of 2 hours.
It's even more shocking for me because that's only my 4th worst film of the year.
Wow. The thing is, as I think it over, Rebel Moon
But it's
Part
bad.
2 literally just feels like it was supposed to be like just part of the first part. Like that was like this like Rebel Moon Part 1 and 2 were supposed to be one whole movie cuz the
Mm-hmm.
second film is such a step backwards because the first film at least they're going to different planets and this one's just like okay, we're back at the farm for the next
Yeah,
2 or
there's a
3
lot of
hours.
farming, lots of slow-mo farming. And then, halfway through this second movie, they decide, oh, yeah, let's do more background of our heroes.
Cuz this feels
Like,
like
what the fuck?
that's supposed to be like I said, like this is supposed to be part of like one massive long movie because like we got our heroes, now we're gonna go back home and we're gonna prepare for this big battle, and we learn about these characters, and then you have the big climatic fight, like that climax fight in the first film. That's bullshit because the guy just comes back anyway. That feels like your first encounter with the villain, and now here comes him like with a full force. That's what it's supposed to be, and it felt like
Yep.
they just probably Netflix, because Netflix is like, we're not going to release a fucking 6 hour movie. Split this in two. And
Yeah, we'll split
basically
in
that.
two, and then we'll make director's cuts, so then we can profit off of more watch time, I
Did they
guess.
even release director's cuts yet?
Yeah, they did. I didn't even bother trying to watch them because I don't want to waste my time, especially after when even his Justice League cut was just bad.
Yeah, I know. I feel like the director's cuts of Zack Snyder keep getting added and then removed by Letterboxd, so I don't know. Like, there's now the Watchmen Ultimate cut was fucking added on Letterboxd. I know the director's cut of fucking Rebel Moons were there, and now they're not there, but now the Watchmen Ultimate cut is there for some reason.
Weird.
Yeah, really fucking weird. And apparently he's making an untitled LAPD movie. So
Oh my
we'll
god.
see how that goes. Yeah, that's my worst of 2024.
Out of all the movies I've seen, the worst one for me right as of right now, Borderlands. Like even seeing the trailers, I was going, okay, it's well, first off, it's a video game movie, so I already had low expectations, and I mean, I've kind of dinked around with like in a few hours of a couple of the games, and they're kind of fun role playing.
I've beaten
Okay,
the
not exactly
first
role playing, but
one,
like open world, and
and then for some reason I just can't get into the second one. I don't know why. Like I think everyone talks about like how great the second one is, but I just can't get into it. I don't
I mean,
know.
yeah, they're interesting games, but yeah, I don't know. I get kind of impatient with the whole open world and not just like the set, linear storyline instead of the side quest, but whatever. But yeah, it's fun to explore all that, but this like I don't even know who this was made for. Like it didn't even feel like it was for the
You
fans,
gotta give this film a
non-fans, video.
chance.
It's not even for gamers.
It really just feels like they did the bare. They did like the formulaic approaches, like make a video game movie and then just have a bunch of A-list celebrities in it.
Somehow. I
That'll make
think they
people come
blackmailed
in.
people.
It's like they saw the Mario movie be successful, and they're like, we gotta do that with our movie. Except with the Mario movie, they were all voice actors. Well, they weren't voice actors. They were all voicing the characters, and for the most part, their voices worked with the characters that they were given. Like I know people like to give shit with like Chris Pratt for being Mario, but I didn't think he was really that bad. He was like
He's so
decent.
cool.
He was fine. It's not like his fucking Garfield voice, which is just Chris Pratt again.
Just Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one he didn't even try.
Yeah, but that's just me. Maybe I'm just a fake fan. I'm a fake Chris
maybe
Pratt fan.
Crispy Rat.
But yeah, Borderlands, I didn't end up watching. I was just like, not really for me. No, I'm definitely
Yeah,
gonna be
honestly,
there when
don't
Sonic the Hedgehog
waste
3
it.
drops in theaters, though. Because I'm gonna watch pure cinema naturally.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Probably
my
will be
number
the
one.
best video
Just
game
one,
movie of the
like
year,
I'm gonna say
honestly.
right now, my answer for fucking I said about my favorite film being Challengers, I'm changing it. It's gonna be Sonic the Hedgehog 3 because that's gonna be real Kino.
Uh,
Luca Guadagnino wishes he made Sonic the Hedgehog 3, but he can't because he's shit.
or he just wasn't awarded
Challengers,
the
more like,
director's chair
man,
for it. I
this
don't know.
film can't challenge the greatness of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 when it releases in theaters.
But yeah, don't waste your time with Borderlands, honestly. It's
Uh,
not worth it.
don't worry, I won't. I think we're good.
It's not.
Okay, now I'm going to switch over to non-2024 films that I saw this year. The best thing, I don't know if it's going to change. Well, actually, I think it will change. I think there's one film that I'm planning to watch that probably will top this one. And when you see it, you'll know it. But so far at this point, it's gonna be Magnolia by Paul Thomas Anderson. Really great. I know a lot of people say that There Will Be Blood is like his magnum opus. For me, I think it's Magnolia. I think there's a lot more characters. I think it's a lot more easier to fuck up with what he was going for. But I think he nails it with like everyone. And honestly, great performances by everyone all around.
I would not disagree with that.
Yeah, just really great. Highly would recommend Magnolia. Also, highly would recommend There Will Be Blood. It's also really good. It's my second favorite as well.
Honestly, anything Paul Thomas Anderson I would recommend.
Yeah, all of it. He doesn't have any bad ones, which I can appreciate.
Best non 20. I think you know where I might be going with this because I don't shut the hell up about it, and you can see from my picture. But I'm just gonna have to say it. End of Evangelion. I don't know if I'm cheating and gonna say both that and 3.0 plus 1.0 because they're both endings to the series, but it's definitely that.
Yeah, I know. You don't stop shutting up about it. It's like,
Well, maybe watch it, then I'll stop shutting up about
no,
it.
I don't think you will stop if I did.
No, because I would just go into all lore and.
If anything, I feel like you'd talk about it more. So I kind of have to just not. I just have to change my like banned word settings and put in Evangelion and all that stuff.
But it's so good.
Like the more you guys talk about it, the less I want to watch it because I'm too auteur for that.
Okay.
Like the more you say it,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
less
sure, Jan.
indie and great it becomes, and more lame and mainstream and lame it is. It sounds. It's no longer niche and auteur anymore. Now it just feels lame and mainstream and lame because you guys keep talking about it, and that's just not my style. I only watch true connoisseur stuff like 1313 Giant Killer Bees and fucking I don't fucking know the Bigfoot's Bride.
Yeah.
Okay, now
But
the worst
okay.
non. Oh, sorry. You can say your bit.
I was about to say, like, I wanted to say a little more.
Okay, you can say a little more.
Yeah, I mean, well, I've watched it now twice, but well,
Nerd.
the end of Eva. Well, because the first time it was with Timmy, so he was trying to get it through for Far Off Films. We watched that in the entire month of February, and then early March we watched the movie. And then a couple weeks later they had it re-releasing in theaters. I'm like, okay, I might as well. And then that even elevated the movie more. It was weirdly a religious experience feeling, especially given that Evangelion has a lot of religious subtext and themes going on.
Wasn't the story is that they only had the Christian imagery because they thought it looked cool?
Basically, that's what Ano said.
I think that's the true story, and then everyone else filled in their own stuff, which is fine. It's great to
Mm-hmm.
find interpretation in things, even if it's not intended. But I feel like sometimes people like to go, "This is what they were trying to convey this whole time," and it kind of makes you go,
Yeah, I
"Like,
don't.
is it?" I'm fine. You're
Is
getting this out of it, but don't act like this was the clear genius intent of your boy. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, and Timmy will just beat the shit out of me later about it. I don't know. I don't know, but he's a weeb. I feel like I can like one up him. Do you have more to say about Evangelion before I move on to my worst of non 2024 film?
Yeah, let's just get to the worst.
Okay, shockingly, it's not a
Good lord, I
Nefarious
have to
Reels
look.
recommendation. It's this animated
What?
film I saw, directed by Rob Zombie. It's called The Haunted World of El Super Beasto. It's like think of the most like corny, like offensive, like animated joke that you've ever seen. Now like stretch
Mm-hmm.
that out to like a whole like movie length. That's this fucking movie. I hated it.
Huh.
I hated the character El Super Beasto. There's a fucking horny robot in the movie, and then he makes an appearance in Rob Zombie's concert film that he directed, and it gave me PTSD flashbacks. I legitimately fucking hated this, and if I ever am really mad at you, I would probably recommend. If I ever recommend this film, it's because I'm really mad at you about something because I
Oh,
fucking hated it.
good
And
to
I would
know.
never want to rewatch it unless I wanted to make you like suffer because you like made me really mad. Like my like sheer misery rewatching it is worth it to make you miserable because of what you did to me. Unless you watch it before I do that, which is like entirely possible, but I would not recommend it. Also, don't recommend it for Nefarious Reels either, in an attempt
I
to like
was
stop it
not
from
planning
happening.
on it.
Yeah, I fucking hated it. Don't watch it. It's the worst thing I saw all fucking year. Like even worse than Rebel Moon Part 2. I'd rather watch Rebel Moon Part 2 again than watch that piece of shit.
With all the slow mo.
Yeah, with all the slow. I'd watch the whole film in fucking slow mo than watch El Super Beasto again.
Man, I thought you were going to talk a little more because I'm trying to still scroll through, see
No.
what.
Okay, fine. What else to say? There's I don't know. It feels like a bad Red and Stimpy bit stretched out for a whole movie. There's a lot of gross out humor that I hate in it. Um, fucking, I don't know. Uh, no, that's all I got.
Okay.
Talking about this film gives me pain and suffering.
All right. So if we're all right, I think I got one now
I,
because now I'm just looking through. If we're talking nefarious reels, it was F the prom.
oh yeah, well, I was gonna.
I
The
don't
next
think we
thing
need
I
to
was
go
gonna
over that
say,
more.
best and worst Nefarious Real films we saw this year.
But if we're just talking about movies that I saw over the year, because I've seen a lot, I would definitely say after looking through my diary and then being like, oh yeah. Um, VHS Viral was god awful.
Oh, that one was your least favorite?
What it is up. I mean, it's kind of tough with some of these, but there was something about VHS Viral that was just like, why?
Yeah, VHS File for me is number 289 out of 327.
Yeah, that one was just absolute cancer. Like even when some of those VHS movies were just kind of meh to mid, this one was like I don't even know how to describe it. It's like what Megan is Missing was, where it felt like a bunch of older people and boomers trying to figure out what the internet is and just doing that whole how you do fellow kids thing.
Yeah, all the bits. I will defend Bone Storm. I thought that one was pretty fun. I had a lot of fun with that segment, but all the other ones
Which one
suck
was
ass.
Bone Storm again?
Bone
Was that
Storm's the
the
one where they're skateboarders and they're shooting their skateboarding vid, and then all the
Oh yeah,
cultists
yeah,
show
yeah.
up.
Yeah. Right, yeah, that one.
That one's like easily the one I had the most fun in. And then you got the dumb penis monster one, and I think that one's actually my least favorite.
Oh yeah, that one just went on way too long. It started off interesting, but then it was just like, okay, can we
I
get to more interesting things? But no, you just keep going,
I
and
don't even remember what the fucking first bit was.
it was that like pseudo documentary about this magician guy.
Oh yeah, Dave the Magician. Yeah, that one
Yeah,
sucked. I mean, I guess I felt like, well, they probably did the most they kind of could with that concept, I guess, with what they were going for, but it wasn't really that good.
it wasn't at all. But yeah, I hated that.
Yeah, I guess we can move on. We can do best and worst Nefarious Reels film that we watched this year. Already people probably know our worst. It's gonna be F the
F the
Prom.
prom.
I really thought it was gonna be one of the Evil Bong films, but no, you stole it.
Oh, there's some bad evil bong ones, but F the prom somehow just
It
took the
it
cake.
just fucking it clutched out. It did it. It won, or well, not really.
It
Won the
one
worst.
worst movie talked about. It was even now thinking about it makes me upset.
But let's move on to our best. And for me, as I said earlier, Silent Night, Deadly Night 4 Initiation, I had a lot of fun. It genuinely creeped me out at times. It's got a lot of funny moments. A genuine good time. I have it as the number 14. It just beat out the Fantastic Four. Because that was my original top spot. But unfortunately, it doesn't get it. It doesn't get the recognition. It's a silver crown bitch next to the true gold standard this year, Silent Night, Deadly Night 4 at number 14. It didn't even break my top. Not a single film we watched this year broke my top 10.
Wow. Huh. Surprising.
Yeah. What about you?
I had to look at my list again and see what was up there. And mine's is in our top 10, actually top 2.
Ah.
I think you're gonna be surprised by this one, but it's Freddy Got Fingered.
Well, I'm not surprised because I saw your list like for like when
Yeah,
you dropped it with Freddy Got Fingered, and I was like, wow. Uh, but yeah, Freddy Got Fingered. I mean, yeah, I get it. You liked it a lot. I
yeah.
remember.
I just kind of figured I like shit posts now a little more and
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
absurd, weird humor, but at the same time, like it definitely knew what it was trying to be, but it also kind of at some other points, kind of overkills it.
yeah.
So that's why it's only at number 2 and not number 1, like Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I have Freddy Got Fingered at 18, so
Which is good.
yeah, it's got a decent little spot. But yeah, I mean, overall, I don't know how 2024 compared to 2023 in terms of Ferris Real recommendations, but we got some high highs, we got some low lows. So yeah, that's
Mhm.
that question. So we'll move on to our next
Yep.
question from Mattias, a very simple one, which is, were you into Lego Bionicles? And if so, what were some of your favorite models?
Oh God, I don't even remember I remember. I think I had one, but I don't remember what it was. I don't remember at all.
Uh, I owned like one Bionicle. I never fully built it, but all I remember was the green one. My dad bought me the green one because the green is my favorite color. And I also owned the Bionicle game for Game Boy, which I was shit at because I couldn't figure out what the fuck to do in it. Because there's like 8 choosable characters. You gotta save like the weird bird looking things, but they don't convey the powers very well or anything. It was really fucking weird. Oh, and I also remember loving the Bionicle movie that came out, and I watched it on TV when it premiered,
Yes.
and that was epic. And I own the DVD. I bought a DVD copy of it, and I currently own the Bionicle movie that I should watch at some point.
Hell yeah.
You bitches at Film Club keep going, oh, we want to watch Little Nicky, when literally we could be watching the Bionicle
Hey.
movie.
We cannot disrespect Little Nicky now.
I will disrespect Little Nicky as much as I want because the Bionicle movie is better.
It might be, but we'd have to find out.
I mean, I could probably just look up compare their, here, let's see, which has the higher letterbox score, Little Nicky or the Bionicle movie?
Oh god, let's actually see.
Okay, so Little Nicky.
Hang on, I gotta shut up one of my dogs for a sec.
Okay, I'll let you know. I'll bring the things up so you can know. Hanging out, hanging out, hanging out with my family, having ourselves a party, just hanging out, hanging out, hanging out with my family, having ourselves a party.
Party. A cool winter breeze, making me feel at ease. The barbecue is brewing, and Uncle Phil is scoring.
All right, so you good?
Yeah.
All right, so Little Nicky has a letterbox score
God.
of 2.4 with 173,000 people have seen this movie,
Wow.
just for comparison's sake. And then the first
Okay.
Bionicle movie, Bionicle Mask of Light, has a letterbox score of 2.9 with
Wow.
20K people seeing it. So actually a decent amount of people have seen this film. So yeah, Bionicle wins. Bionicle is officially more Kino than Little Nicky. It's canon now. It's canon. Also, what the fuck? You gave that Bionicle movie a 4 out of 10? What is wrong with you? Disgusting. I need a new co-host. I'm hiring new co-host who likes someone. You have to like Bionicle Mask of Light. But I don't know. Was there any other Bionicle media you were interested in?
Not really. It was really just the movie. That was about it.
Yeah. Oh, and I bought the Bionicle game for 360 and I played it for like 20 minutes and went, this is kind of like the Lego games, and then I never played it ever again
nice.
after that. And that's all our questions. So now we get to move on to the recommendations, and technically I have the retro recommendation because
Yeah, you do.
I kind of hijacked it for the trilogy. And since this is the first recommendation of the new year, and you know what? I was kind of looking over all previous first retro recommendations of the new year, and I decided, you know what? There's one noticeable trend with it, and I thought, you know what? Let's keep the trend going, baby. And the first retro movie we'll be discussing for the new year is 1987's Creepozoids. Or Creepozoids, with an O and not an A.
Yep, David Ducato kind of figured.
Yeah. So Cole, what do you have for the modern recommendation?
All right. I had a couple movies in mind, and I was thinking, all right, should we put on something, should we watch something that we have seen? But then I don't know how I remember this, but like a couple months ago, I went to Half Price Books with my sister because I'm trying to. One thing this year that I actually try to get back into was reading more. So I've read about like 7, 8 books at this point now on the year.
Nice.
So
I read the Charles Band autobiography, and that was pretty fun. He literally won a castle at an auction. It's pretty cool. Get to hear him regale the tale of having Gary Busey on set for Ginger Dead Man for that one day.
All right. Huh. But yeah, so back to So I was at Half Price Books. Like, yeah, I was looking at books here and there. Found one that I finished a couple weeks ago now, and sometimes I just check with the blue where they have what they have for Blu-rays and all that. And then I found this movie and I was like, okay, what is this? This looks interesting. This doesn't have an official average rating, I would say. It's only got 102 people that have seen this,
Hmm. Go on. I'm interested.
but
You
the
peaked.
curve is more
Peaked in.
towards the 1 stars to half stars. It is 2010's Devolved, directed by John Cregan in 2010.
Devolved. Oh, Lindsay Shaw. Is that the chick who played Mosley in Ned's
Yes, Ned's
Declassified?
Classified.
Oh my god. What a step in the wrong direction. You bought this on Blu-ray? Damn, bitch. Welcome to the
No, I
dark
didn't.
side.
No, I didn't buy it on Blu-ray. Now I
Oh,
kind of
was it
I
like
was thinking
stupidly
about it.
expensive? You
No,
should
it was
go.
like $5, but I was like, fuck. But now I might check again. And if
Yeah,
it's not there, it's always on Amazon. So
yeah. Go back and see if you can buy it for $5. It's cheaper on it's cheaper from Half Price Book than it is at Amazon.
that's only if it is at Half Price Books, though.
Yeah, hopefully it is.
I would hope it's there because I don't know who else would have wanted to buy it other than they're just like, do a random, all right, pick this movie and you buy it. All right. Oh, this
You
movie.
show up and there's just a note saying like, "Haha, I got there first." Signed in Jedi. Like I got it before you did. God damn it, Ninja Jedi! How did you beat me to it?
Damn it.
Yeah. But so, if you don't want to get spoiled for Creepozoids or Devolved, how about checking out those films in advance? Also, like and subscribe, and ask us questions, and follow the Blue Sky account that we have that I sometimes post to, except sometimes I don't because I'm like bad at posting things. And you all have a good day and a very Morbius Christmas.
Mo- uh, Initiation Christmas.
And a Happy New Year. Yeah, and yeah, happy initiation, happy Santas with muscles, happy the
Yep.
Christmas tree, happy Griftor, the alt right, Eldrick Abomination, happy Clint Howard. Bye bye.
Bye.